Welcome to beautiful Miami and splendid Biscayne Bay, where one of the most anticipated multi-class regattas is about to begin. And it all has to do with Bacardi. This will be the Star Class's 89th consecutive year partnering with Bacardi, a tradition that began in Cuba in the 1920s as the Trofeo Bacardi. The Bacardi Cup has, ever since, been a world-renowned event expanding year after year. Heading into 2016, the Bacardi Cup continues to be the only Cuban-born sporting event to survive in the United States.
Competition this year is very high level. I don't know how many world champions are on the Golden Star are on the starting line, and everybody is trying to get ready for the Worlds that will be in 3 weeks after the finish of the Bacardi. So Bacardi is an historical event, and there's always a good fleet in all-style regatta with 2 miles upwind and 6 races. So people like that, and this year, because of the Worlds, for sure there is a very high-level fleet. 70 boats on the starting line is important.
The 89th running of the Bacardi Cup for the Star Class will be the marquee event of the 7th Bacardi Miami Sailing Week, presented by EFG, that hosts 4 highly competitive classes: the J70s, Viper 640, VX1s and ACATs.
As long as we continue to be a successful event, I plan it to go on for many years. Each year we look at new fleets that want to be part of the event. The Bacardi Cup has always been something that sailors wanted to be part of, but if they weren't a star sailor, they weren't able to be part of it. Now, with the advent of Miami Sailing Week joining the Bacardi Cup, we have the opportunity for other fleets and other boats to be able to join the fun.
In the Starfleet, the world's most notorious sailors from the America's Cup, Olympic Games and World Champions jostled at the start line, ready to defend their reputation in some truly tough conditions. Amongst the big names on the water were Brazilian sailing legends and brothers Lars and Torben Grael, and at Orgy Diaz and Paul Kayard.
For me personally, I started sailing when I was 17 in the 70s, and my first Star World Championship was 1978 in my hometown of San Francisco, and I was 4th. And I've been racing ever since, and I've really enjoyed it. I've gone to the Olympic Games twice. I won the World Championship in Argentina in 1988, and still 35 years later, you know, I'm racing, and I'm racing against Torben, a guy who I've been racing against since 1988.
Here we are with 72 boats, 7 world champions, and it's a boat with lots of tradition. Difficult to sail because we have a very soft mast, very sensible boat, but that's why the Star Class brings its mystery, tradition, style, and it lasts for 105 years.
The wind was blowing hard in Biscayne Bay, and the 170 boats from 18 countries were doing their best on their quest for a podium place. Helms and crews fought hard for the victory, and boats were tested to their limits, giving us some superb racing.
We were just talking on the way, and we think it's as stiff as we've ever raced against in the Viper fleet. 29 boats is a good number for us, and it seems like that the fleet just keeps getting better and better, and the talent is deeper and deeper every event. We think this is probably the toughest one we've done.
After such tough days on the water, everyone had the chance to enjoy the relaxed atmosphere of the glorious parties. Social events have always been a major part of Bacardi's culture, but this is not where commercial activities end. The two main aspects that differentiates Bacardi Sailing Week from other national and international regattas are the cultural tie-in and the charitable activations.
Bacardi Miami Sailing Week and Bacardi Cup, it's not just sailing on the water, it's truly a week of festivities around sailing, and there are a lot of things that we organize, from a charity event on the Saturday before, and the Pro-Am event where we have locals that will be able to sail with professional and Olympic champions and world champions. And then obviously we have a lot of parties with Bacardi as the main sponsor, and people can really feel what the brand is all about. And also the third component is the art exhibit, and every year we change a little bit. And this year we organized the Pipistrello workshop where we're building a wooden boat in 1 week time. And also we feature an Italian artist, Roberto Fiorentino, that is showing all of his sailing-inspired artwork.
And so the racing continued in windy and often difficult conditions, and as the cream of the fleet began to rise to the top of the standings, the regatta's final races came into sight. Bubbles managed to get to the top step of the podium in the Viper 640 class. As you'd expect, it was close in the J70s and the battles were fierce. Since its introduction in 2012, this type of boat has already taken the world by storm. The winner here was Flojito y Cooperando from Mexico after a series of consistent results. Stakes were high in the VX1 class. Cajun Underwriting achieved the best performance to claim the title. And in the fast and highly physical ACAT class, White had an excellent regatta and led the fleet, winning every bullet. The climax of the Bacardi Cup in the extremely competitive Starfleet was like a match race, as Staniek and Klein started the final day equal on points with Negri and Lambertenghi. It was the Germans who got an early lead, which they managed to hold on to all the way to the finish line, with the Italians coming second. Diaz and Prada got third.
Actually, I mean, we had quite a solid series of good results, and we actually profit from the physical conditions. We found a good speed from the first day on, and whenever it got a bit lighter, the whole fleet became a bit closer. So that was probably the only conditions where we not struggled, but where it became a bit closer. So actually we simply managed all the conditions well in this week, and we're happy with the result.
First of all, I mean, we struggled always on the downwind. I mean, also today we lost 30 seconds on the downwind again. And then, of course, I mean, we're the youngest team by far. All the fleet, I think the major fleet is in the Masters. So, of course, if you have a week of strong winds, then it's easier for us than it would be if it would be lighter.
Skillfully organised by Studio Milano, Bacardi Miami Sailing Week and Bacardi Cup wrapped up with an impressive and glamorous prize-giving ceremony, showcasing a real flavour of Bacardi's hospitality.
Thank you all very much for the 2016 Bacardi Cup and Bacardi Miami Sailing Week. We look forward to seeing you all here next year.